Midweek update time, and we are adjusting our NFL DFS pool based on what we learned since yesterday, while staying anchored to the core reasons we laid out. At quarterback, we are adding Lamar Jackson as our spend-up tournament pivot against the Rams, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall by opponent rank 17 at 7,000 with a dash rank of 100 and a projection of 18. Why the shift from yesterday's Matthew Stafford, feature leverage and injury-driven ownership dynamics? There are multiple reports to watch on Lamar's hamstring, and the midweek injury roundup specifically flagged him, which should suppress interest, and Essentially Sports' quarter-season piece called out that he has not been performing to standard, which further pushes the field away. That creates a classic buy low spot on a quarterback who still averages 24 fantasy points per game, with a recent run of 27, 13, and then a dud. And if he is in, we get ceiling at a discount in ownership against a defense that is not scary on paper. We will still use our Ram stacks in smaller doses from yesterday, but Lamar gives us asymmetric upside if the hamstring checks out in final practice reports. Our value quarterback remains Dylan Gabriel against the Steelers, who have one of the worst defenses overall by opponent rank 25, at 4,400 with a dash rank of 100 and a projection of 14. No change from yesterday, because the Y did not change. Projections are unreliable for quarterbacks with fewer than 3 starts, so we lean on context and last game data. He posted 16 fantasy points in his first NFL start and drew a Rookie of the Week nod, per Essentially Sports recap of his London debut, and the follow-up, reporting around Cleveland's quarterback room, signals the staff is giving him room to push the ball. Cheap path to 3x with game script flexibility in tournaments. Running back, we are staying put with Josh Jacobs versus the Bengals, who have one of the worst defenses overall by opponent, rank 30, at 7,300 with a dash rank of 100 and a projection of 18. Why no change? Volume plus role, stability plus matchup. He has 32, 12, and 14 in his last 3 with an 18 fantasy point per game average, and multiple reports this offseason, and in season framed him as a critical piece for Green Bay, which showed up in last week's spike. We want to buy that workhorse profile against a soft overall defense. For salary relief at running back, we are keeping Trevor Etienne in the pool against the Cowboys, who have one of the worst defenses overall by opponent rank 31, at 4,300 with a dash rank of 100. Why hold despite a low projection? He provides roster construction flexibility to jam premium stacks, and his path to payoff is built on explosive touches and passing down usage in a game environment where the opposing overall defense has struggled. This is a GPP-only dart that fits our builds when we spend up elsewhere. Wide receiver, we are pivoting our primary value from Xavier Legette to Trey Tucker against the Titans, who have one of the worst defenses overall by opponent rank 24, at 4,800 with a dash rank of 100 and a projection of 11. The Y is roll trend, plus game environment, plus price. He flashed a 44-point ceiling 3 games ago and followed with 4 and 11, and the Raiders shook up their wide receiver room this week, which supports routes consolidating his way. Per the news cycle, he already connected for the new-look Raiders' first touchdown of the season, and at this salary, we are paying for speed and volatility against a soft overall defense. Tight end, we are moving from Jake Ferguson to Tucker Kraft against the Bengals, who have one of the worst defenses overall by opponent rank 30 at 4,700 with a dash rank of 100 and a projection of 12. Why the change matchup plus usage trajectory plus news? He has delivered 10, 6, and 11 in his last 3, and the recent knee scare drew a positive update from Ian Rappaport, which aligns with him staying on track. With Green Bay expected to feature him in the red zone again after last season's touchdown surge, we will take the price and the favorable overall opponent. Flex, We are upgrading from Tutu Atwell to Kyron Williams against the Ravens, who have the absolute worst defense overall by opponent rank 32 at 6,300 with a dash rank of 100 and a projection of 15. The Y is matchup plus workload plus form. He has 32, 11, and 19 in his last three with a 17 fantasy point per game average, and recent coverage has framed him as one of the best running backs in football right now. The Sportsline model also highlighted him in anytime touchdown discussions, which fits the red zone role we are buying. He also correlates as a bringback if we use Lamar stacks, and he pairs naturally with any limited Rams exposure we keep from yesterday. Defense. We are pivoting to the Colts against the Cardinals, who have one of the worst defenses overall by opponent rank 23 at 3,300 with a dash rank of 100 and a projection of 7. Why the change? From Packers or Dolphins, recent scoring. Profile of 17, 5, and 15 shows ceiling, and the expected ownership is around 6%, which is a nice balance of leverage and median at this price. If you need pure savings, Panthers D is a punt-only option against the Cowboys, who have a tough defense overall by opponent rank 3, but we vastly prefer the Colts for sealing quick notes to close the loop with yesterday's core. We are still comfortable with Josh Jacobs as a core, and Dylan Gabriel as the punt quarterback. Unchanged, we reduced Rams pass. Stack exposure, but added Kieran as the preferred Rams piece in flex, while using Lamar as our leverage spend-up at quarterback. If practice reports trend green, Tree Tucker replaces our value wideout from Tuesday, because the Raiders' receiver room shift boosts his route stability, and Tucker Kraft becomes our primary tight end based on a softer overall opponent and supportive news. That is the why behind every change we made today, and we will update again after final injury reports on Friday.